I am not talking about a friend in crisis here. This is someone who is a pretty good friend, yet lately she or he expects you to drop everything when she has a hangnail. Just any little thing. And to her or him, it's a crisis, even though it's really not. To you, it's something really lame, and you're like thinking, why are you bothering me with this? And yet, this person continues to call you at the slightest thing. You become their crutch. Any little thing that goes wrong gets blown up in her mind, and she comes running to you. So you want to hold on to the friend, and yet you have your own life to live. And most of the time, and I've said this before, most of the time, if you say something like, hey, do you have a minute? I just need a sounding board. I just want someone else to hear what's going on. And they're like, no, I'm sorry. I'm off. I'm off to somewhere, So they want nothing to do with any problem of yours, big or small. And yet you're supposed to drop everything for them. And now how do you handle this? And you want to keep the friendship. But you want to tell them, look, stop. I have a life to lead, and you got to handle your own problems and deal with them yourself. I mean, of course you're always going to be there if it's something big, but these aren't. These are just little things, and I know what you mean. It's like there's drama queens and kings, and that any little thing that's going on in their life, everyone needs to drop everything and listen. And they need to be the center of attention. Okay, I'm not saying that this is your friend all the time, but sometimes even the most stable people go through this. And they just need to hear from someone that stop. Someone they trust. And if you do this correctly, you'll maintain the friendship, and they're going to take a step back and say, oh my gosh, yeah, I'm really imposing on my friend, and I'm going to lose my friend unless I learn how to stand on my own 2 feet and solve my own problems. Okay, so for the umpteenth time, they've told you about something really petty and insignificant, and they're like, oh, no. Take a deep breath. Hear them out for a few minutes until you get tired of it. Then when they take a breath, say, okay, you need to handle your own problems. I have my life, and I can't always drop everything to listen to you. And I'm your friend, and I have your back, and I'll do anything for you. But this really, is it worthy of you asking me to drop everything right now and listen? I mean, you could have thought about it for a minute and done this, or this. I really feel like instead of calling me first, think about how you can solve it yourself. And you know what? I think you'll become more independent as a result. Yes, I know you're sounding like a teacher and you're almost reprimanding your friend. But remember, this is the umpteenth time that he or she has done this. And then you could add, last week I asked you to just listen to me about something I was going through, and you didn't have time. And yet I always stop and listen, and I'm always happy to. It's just that I think some of these problems you could handle yourself, and you could come up with a solution. And then if you can't, sure, come to me. But I really feel like you'd be better off working on solving these issues on your own. So you're saying it nicely, and you're not accusing, you're just throwing it out there that, hey, maybe not everything you should be coming to me or other friends about. And you know what? If this friend gets all pouty and defensive, like, what are you talking about? I helped you with your parking ticket 3 years ago. Remember that? Or, I don't think I come to you that often. I think you're just being selfish. Okay, then you need to take a back seat and you need to turn this friendship into an acquaintance. And a good friend will realize, oh, hey, okay, yeah, maybe it's too much. And even if they get mad at first and then they cool off later on and realize, oh, yeah, I've been really imposing on my friends. And then things calm down. You know what? You can just resume the friendship like nothing ever happened.